In August of 2015, I ran 115 kilometers over 4 days. It was my journey of hope for missing and murdered Indigenous women. I began my run at my grandparents' house in Oak Point, Manitoba, where I grew up as a child and was very close to my Métis roots. Along the highway, I ran past the house my father grew up in and the community where I spent most of my teenage years. It was important to me to have these locations a part of my journey because these places represent me, and if I am ever to become a statistic in this national crisis, these are the places I would be remembered in. In August of 2014, a young Aboriginal girl who was only 15 years old by the name of Tina Fontaine's body was found wrapped in a bag in the Red River, more than a week after she went missing. Tina grew up in Saugeen First Nation. She was a beautiful, sweet girl who was grieving the loss of her father. She moved to the city for a better life and one day never returned home. The red dresses beside her memorial, where her body was pulled from the river, represent the Red Dress Project. This project aims to collect dresses and hang them around as a visual reminder of the outrageous number of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Canada. The project has hopes of evoking the presence through the marking of absence. There is a major flaw in our justice system and how these cases are solved. Nearly half of the murder cases are unsolved, and there are to this day hundreds upon hundreds of women who have never returned home and have not been found. Many families have no place to honor, grieve, or celebrate the life of their loved ones, especially for those whose families haven't found the remains of their relatives and have no gravesite to visit. This monument, dedicated in honor of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, offers such a space to families and communities seeking to honor Aboriginal women and girls who were sadly taken from their families and that have never, ever been forgotten. The monument, created in the female form and is guarded by a sacred circle of stones, which we call grandfathers, is polished on one side with a rougher surface on the other to represent the roughness in life. The circle in the middle represents the connection between two worlds and allows light to pass through. It is made out of the purest and whitest granite, and it was placed at the Forks on August 12, 2014.